Hey guys, welcome back to this fourth segment. And in this segment, it starts off, it is, as of today, October the 24th, Monday. And individuals are having trouble loading into the game as I was. We had to disable Windows Defender. So if you're watching this presently, try disabling your Windows Defender to get into the game and see if that's going to work for you. Okay, so let me start in this segment by explaining a few things because I've been kind of just playing along and just carrying you guys along with me. So one of the differences in Civilization 6 from Civ 5 is that we now have the district system, and you've heard me mention that a couple of times here. So let's go into our city here, and let me show you by selecting our citizens. And you can see, for example, like right here, we built the campus, and then over here we built our unique building, which is the Lavra. So as you can see right now, we are not working these two items because these are actually prerequisites. Very similar to what we saw in Civ 5, where if you built, you have to first start off with the barracks before you can get the armory, and then the armory before you can get the academy, and so forth and so on. So this works very similar in Civilization 6. So if we go up here to technologies, you will see that, here's your campus. And then if we go over here to library, it will say requires campus. And then if we move down the tech tree, you will see, for example, when we get to the university, it requires library and a campus. So as far as I understand it also is we're able to build these at certain intervals of our population. So we're at 6. So we started these at 2, and then you can build another one at 4, and then now we're at 6. So what this will probably enable us to do now, as you can see, is we can now go to library. So for example, the city center is considered a district in and of itself. And then where we can build our monuments and so forth. And then as you can see here, campus has been built, and then it's showing library, for example, as the follow-up requisite. And the same as for our Lavra, we can now build our shrine. Those are just kind of examples. So I don't want to get too technical right now into that, but I just want to give you kind of like a brief explanation of how districts works now. In Civ 5, of course, you could get a city cranking and then just pump out wonders. But now, because these have certain not only requisites but also requirements to be built in certain areas of your actual area of your map. So, for example, like a wonder too. Certain wonders will have certain requirements to be able to build so that people can't wonder spam as we could in Civ 5. So that's kind of an example of districts. I know it's a lot more complex. I'll get into that more specifically later, but I just kind of wanted to give you guys an idea of that. Also, city-states. Now, because we built the Lavra, we were able to complete a quest, as you will see here. For example, in our message here, it says 2 city quests complete. And that was because we built the Lavra, which provided us with an envoy. So let me explain about that because, as I mentioned, I used to be more of a diplomatic victory player, and I used to work very closely with city-states to be able to get my victory. So in this game, we don't have that. So let's take a look at the city-states. And as you can see here, when you first meet a city-state in Civ 5, you would get 30 gold. If you were the second Civ to meet a city-state, you would only get 15. So in Civ 6, if you are the first Civ to meet a city-state, it will grant you an envoy. If you are not the first Civ to meet a city-state, then you will have to complete a quest like we just did to be able to get your first envoy. And you get envoys periodically. For example, envoy for every 100 influence points. So that's kind of how this new envoy system works. And over time, as you develop envoys and build them up, you start to get certain bonuses up to the point to where you become the suzerain. And when you become the suzerain of a city-state, you'll get all the particular bonuses as you see here on the screen. But more importantly, for some of us, we'll be able to actually levy their military. Because remember how frustrated we would get, for example, if we would gift a unit to a city-state to perhaps help them against, say, someone like Genghis Khan or something like that, so they wouldn't take over our city-state so we could do our diplomatic victory. Well, now in this game, we can actually levy their units themselves. As you see here, sovereign of the city-state can pay 120 gold to take temporary control of the current military units, which is freaking awesome. And as you can see there, we will have it for up to 30 turns. All right, so not to cram all this down your throat real quick, but I wanted to explain at least that part of the game. The other part that I wanted to explain too, because as you see, I'm not really progressing towards building other cities and getting a lot of stuff going on, and that is because I've been watching some of the guys Twitch stream and other YouTubers, and they are getting completely overwhelmed by barbarians. I was watching a guy stream last night, and he was just losing his mind because he was just getting so overrun with barbarians with his new cities, and he had very little, if any, defenses. Now, I don't know what gig difficulty he was playing on, but right now we're on Prince, so I think that's kind of a good thing for us because we don't know, for example, like what Montezuma's about to do. And hopefully he's not going to try to attack us. So anyway, that's where we are right now. I'll go into more details about other aspects of the games as we go along, for example, like Great People. And now that I have the now that I have the Lavra up, we can start gaining points towards, for example, a Great Prophet. But as you can see here, we're starting to gain, or we will gain some towards our Great Scientists here in time now that we have put down our campus. As you can see here, the other players are starting to slowly get them as we are slowly starting to get them as well. So, but I don't want to overwhelm you guys too much right at the beginning here. So let's proceed. So we have finished the quest by completing the Lavra. Okay, I did just a quick stop there for a second. All right, so let's go ahead and back to production. And I think I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and make a settler, guys. I think we're going to go ahead and put down our city. We did knock out this barbarian camp down here, so I'm pretty happy with that. We only have to contend with this one up here. So I'm going to go ahead and go with the settler, and I will escort that settler with probably the slinger. So next turn. But I'm liking the game so far. It was really kind of frustrating that I wasn't able to play because of it getting stuck. So hopefully that little trick with the Windows Defender is going to help us. So, and I'm going to go ahead and start moving towards this camp and maybe go ahead and knock it out, freeing that up, keeping St. Petersburg from getting too overwhelmed. But I do want to keep an eye on Montezuma because, again, I don't know what his behavior is like in Civ 6. But in Civ 5, as you guys recall, he was aggressive. See, I kind of wanted to heal up that scout. And I may do this on this next on the next turn. I might go ahead and have him heal up. But I think we can take out this scout here. 5 more turns till we get that settler. And I think I am going to settle right...
Thanks for keeping the peace on the continent. Bully for you.
Thank you. Thank you, Ted. And basically his... So, for example, another aspect of the game here is that the Civs have their own... As we were just mentioning a second ago about Montezuma being a very aggressive player. Well, players in Civ 6 have agendas. Now, right now we can't see his hidden agenda. Because we've not reached that level, but he has his big stick policy. So he likes peaceful civilizations that have a city on his own. Likes peaceful civilizations that have a city on his home continent. Hates civilizations starting wars against the city-state or civilizations based on his continent. So he's very territorial when it comes to people around him or other civs around him. As an example. All right. So hopefully our warrior up here will, if he gets in trouble, we're going to move him because we cannot afford to lose any more units. So I'm going to go ahead and fortify him as well. And let's fortify him for a moment and see what they do. Maybe let them beat themselves on the warrior as he takes up his defensive position. And we got a promotion for our scout. Okay, cool. All right, well, I've already fortified him, so I've lost that turn. As you guys may know, when you do a promotion, or in this case, even fortify, I think, did I lose the ability to Yes, I lost the ability to promote. And if you promote, you lose the ability to then attack preceding the promotion. So you either choose to do one or the other in that case. So next. But I am enjoying the game so far. It's been so much fun. Now I'm doing the game for you guys and playing this, so I haven't built like I haven't played like an independent game on my own just to kind of play it and do a few more little tweaks and learn a little bit more of it. See, he's coming right after my guy. I'm gonna have to. Yeah, we're backing up. Although we did get a promotion.
To have a happy and engaged workforce, as it is to have a profitable bottom line.
Okay, we've just completed. State workforce. And we have the option of changing our policies, but I'm going to stick... Well, hang on. Let's take a look. Let's see. Production, which I still like and is good to get. Double experience. No. Combat, we're going to leave it. I think... See, we get the 50% towards settlers, but we've already started one. I don't know if we would get the bonus if I... We're going to switch it out. But for right now, again, just to kind of keep things manageable, I'm just going to leave everything the way it is right now. Let's go ahead and promote. Can we promote? Yes. Let's go ahead and promote our scout here. I'm going to go ahead and go with Ranger. And what's cool about the scout is, in Civ 5, a scout was only as good as just being able to explore the map a few areas, and then he was pretty much done for. He wasn't really a unit we could use. But now we can actually level up the scout to, a fairly decent unit if we need one. So that's kind of cool, as you can see here, the promotion tree. So we're going to go ahead and go with faster movement in woods and rainforest and terrain. Alpine and hills. But we'll go ahead and go with the Ranger upgrade. Okay, and Civic. All right. Oracle. I used to love building the Oracle for the additional policy it would give in Civ 5. But in this case, it does not. Now, we could go for government, allowing us to expand our choices. So I think we're good on amenities and such. So I don't know if I want to go with games and recreation just yet, because we already have the boost to philosophy here. So let's go ahead and go with it. And that way we can expand on our government. Next turn. Alright, is he attacking us? Yes, he's declared war on us. And it's a surprise attack, so he will get a war penalty. Although for the AI, I don't know how much of a warmongering penalty he'll actually get, but... And hopefully our warrior will survive that. Did I forget about him? No, I did not. I had fortified him, or he was fortified. Okay, so let's continue to explore the map and engage in war at the same time. So hopefully we'll be able to manage both. All right. Well, I guess it appears that oh, and we've got a barbarian here as well, so we're just getting totally ganged up on. So another reason why I was concerned about, having enough units before we kick the settler out, but we'll see if we can manage it. We'll see if we can manage it. I know some of the other players, some of the other YouTubers have actually lost their games and had to start over. So, but they were playing on higher difficulties, but we're all still learning. So, I think, are we at war with Montezuma? Yes, we are. Okay, we are at war with him. Why he didn't attack, I don't know, but okay. But we're going to need to get our warrior out of there. Out of that predicament he's in up there. I don't want to put the scout on auto explorer right now because I've noticed that the auto explorer will kind of put the... I just want to get him out of the range of that slinger, so that he doesn't get hit just arbitrarily. Alright, so let's go ahead and take care of this horseman with our archer. At least we have an archer in our city, so thank goodness. And we are working towards a masonry to build walls, so if we had the walls up, we could use that as a defense bonus as well, because then we'd be able to actually fire on Montezuma. But I think, okay, he consumed the movement, so that's as far as we're going to be able to go. All right, but I think we'll be able to make it, because as you can see, he's not even attacking us yet. So that's kind of curious. I don't think he's at war with anyone else that I'm aware of. Okay. So this will be a test of our mettle. It looks like. All right, and we have our settler. And this might be super risky, guys, but I might just send him on his own. Whoops. I meant to select the settler, but that's okay. We'll just move the archer over this way. This might be incredibly, incredibly risky. But I think I'm going to let the settler kind of move down here on his own. Or maybe send the scout over to help us out with that, because we are at war, so we need as much help as we can get. All right. Let's see if we can get our warrior out of this sticky situation up here and protect ourselves at the same time. And we need 2 more turns before we can get the wall. So obviously we're going to want another unit. Let's go with another archer. Good. Well, Montezuma came in handy by taking care of that barbarian for us, but we'll certainly need to try to take care of him. And in hindsight, let's go ahead and just connect. Okay, wait for our turn. All right, so in Civ 6, we can now join units together. So we're going to do an escort. Bring the 2 together. And we've unlocked a little achievement there to escort. So let's go ahead and move them together, because I think it would be just a little too risky. And I think our guys here will be able to handle Monty. Now, as for our warrior, yeah, yeah, he's just gonna have to stick it out and hopefully make it back. Yeah, and we're here at the river, so can I fortify? Yes, I can. Cool. Well, I'll do that. All right, and we'll just continue exploring then with the scout. And this is, what, another German city? Yeah, it looks like, no, or is that the U.S.? Germany. Okay. All right. Next turn. We'll have that archer out in 2 more turns. I don't think these... Yeah, I don't know how powerful these Eagle Warriors are, but the archer seemed to have stood up against him pretty well. But he will need... I'm going to drop him back 1 to use him as supporting.
Your Grace, we have obtained greater knowledge in the art of building static fortifications.
Yes, okay.
When wasteful war shall statues overturn.
Thank you, Bill.
And broils root out.
All right, so she's basically letting us know that we can, in fact, build our wall. So we might actually do that after this this archer. But let me go ahead and let me just sidestep here a second and see. Yeah. All right, so we can't hit him from here. Nope. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and just sidestep and fortify for a moment while that we complete our archer. And we're just gonna head over this way, and I'll just leave them on forward movement and choose research. All right, what do we want to get? We don't have iron, so we may want to go, maybe we'll just go with, I think I'm gonna go with the wheel, because this won't require us to have iron to make, and the chariot will come in handy. It's got 28 melee strength, so that's pretty nice. So here we are in our first battle, guys. So hopefully we can... Whoops. What happened here? I was trying to get out of the tech tree. Okay, there we go. In our first battle, and we can choose a Pantheon. All right, guys. I'm going to have to stop it here. For now, I know it's kind of a bit of a cliffhanger, but just wanted to start the game off by just explaining a few things to you. And when we come back, we will continue this war with the Aztecs and see if our good little warrior up here can survive. Thank you for watching. Remember to click that like button and share this with your friends if you think they would enjoy the game as well. And we will see you next time.